All right, welcome to the second review of the evening. Up this time is The Kids We Were. Set in the late Japanese Showa era, the 1980s, it is a nostalgic journey through a unique time in Japan's recent history. Take on the role of Minato, a young boy who sets out on an unexpected and incredible summer adventure. Um, our story begins with Minato arriving in the small town of Kagami, an exceptionally ordinary sort of place in a sleepy suburb of Tokyo. But there's more to this simple trip than meets the eye. Minato has a secret objective. He intends to find his missing father, who is supposedly living somewhere in the area. Our young sleuth Minato wastes no time in getting started, and soon finds a puzzling clue to his father's whereabouts. A mysterious notebook left to him with the portentous title The Seven Mysteries. With this notebook as his guide, Minato sets out on a long and difficult journey, not through space, but through time. For his destiny is none other than 33 years in the past, the day his father and mother first met. Right, so The Kids We Were, it was originally a mobile phone game released in 2020. Um, Apparently did well on Google Play, won awards, and the developers and publishers, Jagex, have seen fit to release a what they call a complete version last month on the Nintendo Switch and coming in a few days to the Windows PC. And we were gifted the Switch version, so we can do a proper review here. And this was gifted to Petty. So take it away.
Alright, so yeah, this is kind of an interesting mix of kind of like almost like a RPG style movement for like an adventure game RPG type thing and a visual novel. So you start off your mother, I think, going to some sort of reunion or memorial service, I believe, and you and your sister Mirai go off to see if your dad is in the city. Because apparently your little sister Mirai has some sort of illness. They don't mention it by name, but I think they said that she needs like a bone marrow transplant, so that's fun. And while looking for their father, they learn that he's been dead for a couple years. And then while they're looking at a shrine that was being torn down, they found a mysterious box type, large mysterious box, and our little protagonist here gets a vision that is of himself from 33 years in the future, telling him that box is essentially a time machine, and he needs to go back 33 years in the past so he can figure out what's going on with his dad and potentially change the future. I made it to like chapter 7 so far, so yeah, that's kind of interesting. There are like several characters. Like, I just found out that one of the characters I met when I came to the past is actually my father. So, we're, you know, basically trying to figure out who this person is without telling me, hey, I'm your son from 33 years in the future. By the way, you're dead. It generally does not go over well. And yeah, it has an interesting, I guess, voxel art style. And it does this like almost like Shenmue thing where you can collect little items all over the place. Like you can find coins or just actual items. You can use the coins in like little capsule machines peppered throughout the city. And yeah. Any questions, comments?
Not really.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think so. It looks interesting, but
yeah, it's overall somewhat interesting. Like, um, you um, he keeps or the protagonist keeps having visions of the future. Minato keeps having visions of the future, and that's partly what's helping him through this. So, um, you have, I believe, 3 days to sort things out. So, your parents meet, and you also figure out, what's going on, and see if there's anything you can do to change your dad's future, and potentially, if he's alive, be a, be a compatible match for her sister to save her life. So, yeah, that's basically your game plan there.
Sounds like a game plan.
I mean, better than nothing, right?
yep.
Um, and yeah, overall the presentation's fine. I didn't notice a whole lot of music, but there's this one audio sample that's, I guess, supposed to be like cicadas. That was so awful. I thought there was something wrong with my Switch. Like,
It may not just be. It may just not work well with the Switch speakers or whatever. But cicadas are kind of.
Yeah, it's just something to be aware of, because, yeah, I thought my Switch was broken. It was that level of bad, so.
But it's a very specifically summer noise in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, this takes place during the summer, so. That's why my brain kind of, connected it to that. And yeah, I think that's it for me. Like, what's the damage price wise?
Fairly expensive. $15.99.
Hmm. Ah, hard to say on that one. Like, honestly, that'd probably be the highest I'd spend for that.
Hmm.
Like, if you definitely get it on sale, then go with that. But yeah, 15 would definitely be the top end. So yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right. So that'll about do it for the kids we were. Be sure to tune in after the break, as Petty Fan will be reviewing Shinrai Broken Beyond Despair.